Hi Hussein, my name is Wang Xinzhao, a graduate student at the Monterey Institute of International Studies in the United States, and I'm happy to share with you my views on the future of the Olympics. To start with, the Olympic movement will prosper in the 21st century only with a well-structured system. It is true that the IOC has been doing a great job in dealing with its relationship with NOCs, OCOGs, and IFs in the past few decades. I would, however, suggest a legal framework be put in place that involves public authorities. Why? Because in doing so, the IOC will be able to benefit from better international recognition and government support so that the Olympic image shall be protected by law. Therefore, I would recommend a convention be proposed and signed by the IOC, all NOCs and IFs, one that builds a partnership between the Olympic movement and governments. Such a convention will serve to address issues regarding doping, corruption, and sports violence with a goal to better protect the priceless Olympic image. On the other hand, the IOC must also try to free itself from many kinds of political interferences and maintain its monopolistic governance on the Olympic movement. The attempt for UN Security Council's resolutions on the Olympic truce has been a positive step, and the creation of World Anti-Doping Agency and IOC Ethics Commission has also led to better regulations within the Olympic system. While working closely with public authorities in discussion on possible cooperation in the future, the IOC should always maintain its central role to prevent others from taking over future Olympic Games and the Olympic movement as a whole. One of the most effective ways will be to provide more funding to NOCs in poor countries through Olympic solidarity so that they can be independent of their governments. One of the most important but controversial issues concerning the future of the Olympics is money. Thanks to President Rog, the IOC's assets have more than tripled since he took office in 2001, which ensures that the IOC is able to run for one Olympiad on its own in case there should be a cancellation of the Games due to unexpected reasons. The real issue, however, is that the way the money earned does not harm the Olympic image that represents the Olympic ideal. The Olympic Games are unique in that advertisements and business logos are never allowed to appear in any of the Olympic venues, and this is important. The sponsors that participate in the TOP program are willing to pay large sums of money precisely because of the unique Olympic image that the Games carry, which makes them feel that it is worthwhile to link their brands with the Games to better improve their own image. It is critical that the IOC preserve this tradition in the future, without which the Olympic movement shall not survive the 21st century. Needless to say, the IOC itself is to evolve over time. Its current 115 members do not yet represent all the NOCs recognized by the IOC. Almost half of IOC members are from European nations, and the percentage of women members is still very low. In the future, we would like to see a more democratic IOC. Besides, the scandal regarding the bidding for 2002 Salt Lake Winter Olympics reminds us that transparency is of critical importance for the survival and prosperity of the Olympic movement. The IOC has been successful in making itself transparent ever since, and in the future, it is to continue to be transparent in its revenues, expenses, and assets. The public also expect to see detailed and regular reports on IOC's administration, which should be accessible to the media and on the internet. Let's now focus a little bit on the organizing of the Olympic Games. It should be noted that the problem of gigantism is causing a lot of trouble, and that's why President Rog has been trying to downsize the Games with no more than 28 events. While it is achievable to reduce the number of sports, I think it would be better to cut down on specific disciplines in order to bring down the size of the Olympics. For example, we may not need as many track and field or swimming disciplines as there are now, and people in Asia may advocate for more oriental sports to replace some of the less popular events in the Olympic Games. Generally, the downsizing of the Olympic Games will make it possible for more cities in the world to host the Olympics without excessive expenditures, especially when we consider the fact that the Olympics have not yet reached South America and Africa. Also, I'm considering if we could prolong the duration of each summer and winter Olympiad to maybe, say, 20 days instead of 16, because I think that many people would benefit from prolonged games time. The broadcasting companies will be able to earn a lot more money through more hours of advertisement in the prime time when most of the competitions took place, so that they might be willing to pay even more money for the television broadcasting rights. And also, the tourism in the host city and the host country will prosper even more, bringing more revenues to the OCOG. The biggest challenge here, however, is the pressure on security during games time, which also costs a lot of money. What's more, one of the gravest dangers that threaten not only the Olympics, but sports in general, is doping. In the future, we expect the World Anti-Doping Agency to play a more extensive role in the fight against doping. For example, zero tolerance to those who violate anti-doping rules, setting a unified anti-doping standard that is applied to all sports, and promoting anti-doping education and research at a global level. For those of us who have had such once-in-a-lifetime experience at the Olympic Games, the Olympics just means a lot. And here's my story. I wrote this story last summer as one of the thousands of volunteers who contributed to the success of Beijing Olympics. It portrays my days working as the lobby supervisor at the International Broadcast Center. Every single page in the story tells a story behind the games, stories that bear all my wonderful memories and cherishable moments with my fellows at IBC. And it's all about friendship, dedication, and excitement that we all shared. This is simply an example of what impact the past Olympics has left us, and I believe that the Olympics in future can do far more than that. In essence, the mission of the Olympic movement is to promote world peace by means of educating the younger generation. When our children watch the games on television, they are inspired not just by athletes competing to become faster, higher, stronger, but by the message conveyed in the opening ceremony that countries such as North and South Korea, once in conflict with each other, could walk hand in hand in harmony. They're inspired by the breaking of world records, meaning that humanity could go as far as we dare to dream, so that they themselves may end one day as young athletes representing their own countries on world stage. They carry the virtue of friendship, respect, and excellence. This is what Olympics is all about. Let our children, our children's children know that there is good in the world, and together we can make it a better place. This is the most precious legacy the Olympics can leave to our younger generation and to mankind as a whole. Before I wind up, I would also like to take this chance to call for more study opportunities offered by the IOC to future scholars like me in the realm of Olympic study. I know that you have your Olympic Academy and Researchers Grant Program, but we just need more of them to gain a better insight into the IOC, the Olympic system, and its future paths. With modern technologies to support the Games and the emergence of new media, the Olympic Games are surely going to look very differently in the future from what they are today, and the IOC should always keep pace with this fast-changing world. Also, the Olympic movement is bound to carry more social responsibilities in achieving sustainable development and protecting the environment in future. All these require in-depth research. We need scholars to teach the world about what mankind can achieve through sports, not politics, and we need scholars to carry on the message that the future of the Olympics will be as bright as ever.